What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Get this. Tyson Fury details a tense phone exchange with Anthony Joshua. The WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury revealed the details of a recent phone call with AJ, who holds the other 4 world titles. Fury claims that he received a call from Joshua, with their interaction being pretty tense. The Gypsy King alleges that Joshua tried to bully him during the call. He said, "I've definitely encountered the true Anthony Joshua," Fury said. He said, "He's not a nice person. He's sort of a bully. He's someone who thought he was going to put the bluff on me. That's what type of person he is. I once had the opportunity to see the real Femi." He said he phoned me up one day in a mood to say that he was going to do this to me and do that to me. It didn't fare too well for him. Let's just say that just out of the blue, he decided to give me a call, a telling off call. I don't think he liked what he heard on the end of it. There'd be no telling me off anyway. I just told him the truth, and the truth always hurts. It's not the first time where Fury and Joshua traded words over the phone. They were close to finalizing a showdown for a date in August in Saudi Arabia, but the contest fell apart due to the arbitrator ordering Fury to fight Wilder, as we know. Fury will face Wilder in a trilogy fight on October 9th at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Joshua will return to action later this month when he makes a mandatory defense on September 25th against Alexander Usyk. Should they win their prospective fights, of course, it could take place in the first half of 2022. Now, this is interesting because, Tyson Fury, he's known to say this and known to say that, but he can't say that Anthony Joshua didn't call him now, unless he's just a bald-faced liar. But why, Joshua was probably, see, here's the thing. I don't know, and it doesn't show you when he called, because this was, this is the 24th, so this was a couple weeks ago. So let's say a couple days before that. And Joshua called him, telling him off. Well, the problem with this is he was just like, well, he's not a nice person. He's sort of a bully. He's someone that he thought he was going to put the bluff on me. What type of person is he? I once encountered the real opportunity. Well, it's okay. That's not telling us anything. I mean, any fucking thing. You're telling us AJ called you, which I don't deny, but you're not giving specifics, right? I mean, this is not detailed. You know what I mean? A tense phone exchange. No. Detailed phone exchange is what happened when we found out he had to fight Wilder and Joshua was like, "Hey, Luke, you know what I mean? Don't try to run out on this fight. We know you ain't about that life, how you let your Billy Joe's dad get slammed around and you and your brother did nothing." Those type of things were specifics. Not this shit. This is just, hey, I talked to Kurt DeVille the other day and he ain't a nice person. He said this to me. He said that to me. I got to know who the real person was. But I told him what I told him. So guess what? He didn't like what I told him because nobody gonna tell me all. See, I told y'all he's not a nice person. There you go. There what goes. You didn't say anything in regards to what was said. What did he say to you make him such a bad fucking person or such a bully? You know what I mean? Yeah, he said bully, but what does he mean? Give us examples. You don't randomly make a statement like that to an everyday blow. You explain, like, this motherfucker called me. He called me and said that he was going to get somebody to burn my house down. Something like that. Or there's going to be something wired under my car when I leave and it's going to explode, if you know what I mean, if you don't take this fight. That's threats. That's bullies. Like, watch your back. That's a threat. Watch your every move. That's a threat. Not, hey, he's someone you thought that was really, he put the bluff on me. He's going to phone me up in a mood saying that he was going to do this and do that. Okay, what? Particular. Now, I get generally, okay, he called you pissed off. Well, I mean, he was pissed off. Tyson. Counterpunch. You He had his manager running all around for you two guys, and to find out you were half-ass in bed with Deontay Wilder the whole time. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, nothing made sense when that arbitration went down. Nothing. You know what I mean? And I'm about to drop a bombshell, guys, on what happened in the arbitration due to a certain source that I have. So stay tuned for that, but I'm going to wait. Maybe next week. You know, maybe early next month. A little October, first of the month treat. Okay, but as far as this, you know, just out of the blue, he decided to give me a call telling me off. Okay, he told you off, but it was no details, you know, of what was said. That's just like, he thought he was going to call me off talking this and that. All right. You know, that makes him not a nice person or a good person because he's pissed at you. You pissed a lot of people off lately. You know what I mean? And he has, and it needs to be, because like Tyson, he picked that contract up and signed that shit like, oh, this is, you know, end all and be all about fighting Wilder, and you know you had this, and then you claim $80 million was the thing, and was the number that he had, the amount he had to pay. You haven't heard that shit from Bob Arum. You haven't heard that shit from Frank Warren. You haven't heard that shit from Deontay Wilder, Shelly Finkel, JD's, Deontay Wilder himself. You hadn't heard shit concerning this $80 million if you don't fight shit. Okay, so a lot of people will think you're lying. So, again, when you're like this, to me counterpunching this article, this is just me. This is Tyson Fury's way of trying to push the narrative, like he's been trying the last a couple weeks, that Joshua is not who he thinks he is, or not who he puts out to be. And I think this article is reflection of that. That's to push the narrative that, like, hey, you know, Anthony Joshua is really a scumbag ass dude. You know what I mean? But then you said he called you to try to convince people he's a scumbag ass dude, but you didn't say what he said. Particulars is what we need. Examples, not, hey, he told me this and I told him that, therefore he's a bad person. It makes no sense. But anyway, guys, that's my counterpunch on Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, that says that he has details of a phone exchange with Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.